With that down, guys, let's move on to this, shall we? You know, it's been announced that Christopher Nolan's got a new movie coming out, and it's coming out in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming really soon. And we found out that Matt Damon was going to be in it. And then the other day, I think it was on yesterday's show, we talked about the fact that Tom Holland is joining it. And I'm very excited for Tom to do this because he really he's a very gifted, talented actor who's been in a lot of crappy stuff outside of Spider-Man. He needs something that's going to be great. Team up with Christopher Nolan, get yourself in a big, high-profile, quality project. I think this is going to be really exciting for him. But part of that story was they're keeping it all under wraps. We don't yet know what it's about. All we do know is that it's not going to be present day. But the report said we don't know if that means it's going to be in the future or if it's going to be in the past. Well, there's now a report coming out from a guy I trust saying that they know what this Christopher Nolan movie is going to be about with Tom Holland and Matt Damon. Folks over at Gizmodo wrote this. And the Hollywood Reporter story about Holland's casting writes that the setting is not present day, although it's unclear whether it's set in the past and the future. Well, we heard two of those could potentially be true. IO9, and specifically their correspondent, Jermaine Lucier, who is terrific at his job. From a reliable source, that Nolan's film is a vampire movie set in the 1920s. A vampire movie set in the 1920s. What's interesting in this Gizmodo article is they're going to write this. We know what you're thinking. Isn't Ryan Coogler already making a movie? That sounds a lot like that.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. It's called Sinners, and it's out in March, but that doesn't mean there isn't room for two visionary filmmakers to tackle the same topic. I agree. So let's put that one aside for a second. I have been saying for a while that I would like to see Christopher Nolan expand his boundaries a bit and stuff like that. I want to see something maybe we haven't seen from him before. A vampire movie from Christopher Nolan? I'm listening. That sign me up. That sounds great. A vampire movie with Matt Damon, Tom Holland. Okay. Maybe it's a Morbius movie. What? No, it's not Morbius. But I mean, this is exciting to me. I think this sounds really cool because what I didn't want to see, I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to see another Inception. I'm not trash talking Inception. I'm just saying I didn't want to see another Inception. I didn't want to see another, retelling of a true historical piece like he did with Dunkirk and he just did with Oppenheimer. Something a little bit different. Now, what I would really love to see Christopher Nolan do is something that he's truly never done. I'd love to see, I'm not even joking. I would love to see Christopher Nolan do a rom-com. I'd love to see him do like something that's like completely out of left field for him, but
just unnecessarily shot in IMAX.
Yeah. Shot in IMAX. And he does this big documentary about all the things I did to bring it. Anyway, I love this idea. I think it sounds like it could be really cool. I personally believe the report because, again, Jermaine Lucier is not a guy who just runs around just saying things unless he knows that he knows. So I'm going to take it as a real deal sort of thing. Anyway, Chris, you hear about this. The report says that this new Christopher Nolan movie with Tom Holland is going to be a vampire movie set in the 1920s. What do you think?
I'm real frustrated that all these filmmakers I like are making me see scary movies. I'm real bummed out about that, of having to just suck it up and put my big girl pants on. I love that right now, too, we also have this kind of dueling movies developmental hell phenomena going on, right? Kind of like when we'd have the Bug's Life and Ants, or, Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached.
And Volcano and Dante's Peak.
Yes. And now we're having that with vampires, which is very fun. I love the idea of Nolan doing something outside of his typical kind of sandbox. I think that's really great. I love the idea of Tom Holland thrown into this universe and Matt Damon thrown into this kind of universe. Yeah. Because we don't see these kinds of roles for them very often. So that's really exciting as well. I kind of hope Tom Holland is a little baddie in it.
I do too.
I hope he's a messed up vampire who just wrecks shop. I want him to full Mortal Kombat. I want him to rip out spines. Let's do it.
Because you know what? If you're going to say...
This one, they make me see scary movies. I want it to be awful.
Rip out spines.
If it's really, really ridiculously like Sin City violence.
Yeah.
That I can deal with stylized stuff where it's Quentin Tarantino blood.
Sure.
Right?
When it's too realistic, then I get scared.
Now, if you're going to get like the classic molds of characters in this, like one is going to be the immortal vampire, one is going to be the mortal who's trying to resist them or hunt them down. I would much rather see Tom Holland as the 500-year vampire who's got to be stopped, like this evil, and Matt Damon is the one out trying to stop him rather than maybe some rover. I don't know, or maybe they're both heroes. Maybe, listen, we haven't heard the end of the casting, right?
Right.
Christopher Nolan films, if nothing, end up having long lists of impressive looking
Chances
cast
Cillian
people.
Murphy's a vampire in this?
Oh, I'll give you
In
odds.
this
I'll say
or
70%. Whether or not he's a vampire,
He's a
I'll lay
sweetheart.
70% that Murphy will be in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
I'm not going to say 70%, but I'm saying in the movie.
It's likely.
So,
Ooh,
the good guy,
JGL.
and who knows, maybe does a little twist. Maybe in this one, the vampire's the good guy. Trying to stop an evil, I don't know, Matt Damon is an immortal Van Helsing who's actually bad
He's just
and
a
evil.
real shitbag.
Just a real piece of dick.
Yeah.
And
He's
Tom
just his
Holland.
character from Interstellar. Yeah.
So let me ask you, Chris, if you had to pick either the Matt Damon, you want to see Matt Damon as a vampire or Tom Holland as a vampire, who do you want to see?
I want Tom Holland to be a vampire. I want Tom Holland to, because I know it's not the same, but I've seen Matt Damon be a shitty angel.
Well, you
in
know he's got
Dogma.
he's got a
know?
dark side. We've seen
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I want to see Tom Holland be.
By the way,
a
shout out
piece
to
of
Dogma. That movie's so good.
shit. Oh, that movie's excellent.
Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Miracle Made. Guys, it's hot outside and your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. So if you wake up too hot or too cold, I highly recommend you check out Miracle Made's bed sheets. Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep at the perfect temperature all night long. There are just so many things that make these sheets so fantastic. We already mentioned the self-cooling properties for better quality sleep, but they're also self-cleaning. These sheets are infused with silver that prevent up to 99.7% of bacterial growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than other sheets. No more gross odors. So go to trymiracle.com/Campea. That's TRYMIRACLE.com/Campea to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code Campea at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you'll get a full refund. So upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Campea and use the code Campea to claim your free 3-piece towel set and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Campea to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? According to a report coming out of IO9, the new Christopher Nolan film is going to be a vampire film set in the 1920s. I think this sounds great for Christopher Nolan. I couldn't be happier for Tom Holland. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.